Let's begin. So the mic is live. It's very hot. Hot mic moment. Are you gonna have a hot mic moment? All right. So good day. Today is Saturday, 6th of September, 2025. And in today's segment, we're doing our first proper, let's say, Q&A. Q&A, the community Saturday, where we will answer your questions and engage with what you have given us. So in today's segment, we will discuss I'll ask Professor a question about Robert Branson's work on toxic personality types. And after that, I will ask him some of my personal questions that I have regarding the laboratory and where we're going and what we're doing in the coming months. So let's begin. Hello, how is your day today?
It's very good.
It's very good. Are you enjoying your morning?
So far, so good, yes.
So regarding the question from our community members, are you familiar with Dr. Robert Branson's work?
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. So do you generally engage with toxic personality types, and what would be your analysis regarding that? So what are toxic personality types?
Well, we all engage with toxic personalities. Unfortunately, it's very prevalent in these day and age. There are many theories. There's a lot of academic research on this topic, and they go under the dark traits label. And generally speaking, so I was writing about this just the other day. We've got a chapter coming out on trait emotional intelligence and the dark traits. And we are saying that understanding trait emotional intelligence, which is the light side of personality, will also help you understand the dark side, the shadow side of personality. But this obsession that we've been seeing over the last few years with the dark side and the dark traits is completely counterproductive for the individual, I think. So it's really not worth, if you understand the light side of personality, then the dark side, the shadow side automatically comes up and it's seen and it's understood for what it is. But the study of the dark traits and the dark side is counterproductive. It's in my opinion anyway. I know there's a lot of research interest in this because people are always attracted by the dark and the shadow. But if you understand the light side, if you understand the positive possibilities of the human personality, the so-called dark side, which is simply an absence of light, becomes automatically very clear. Just like you can have a lot of, you can score the TQ, for example, Trait Emotional Intelligence Questionnaire, for dark traits. It's possible to derive the dark traits personality and dark traits scores from a particular type of scoring of the TQ. Mm-hmm. But we've never been interested in this so much because, as I said, if you understand understand the light side, you will also understand the dark side automatically. But the opposite is not the truth. So you can endlessly research or try to understand the dark side and the dark traits, and that's not going to give you an inkling about the light side, bright side of personality.
Why is that the case, and why do you think the light side of the personality is so much more important in research? Isn't it like for example, in Chinese philosophy or like Eastern philosophy, the yin and yang, like the dark has light and the light has dark in it? Like, why is there no balance in your response and you want to focus only on the light?
Because, as I said, the dark is an absence of light, whereas darkness
is the absence of dark.
Light is not really the absence of darkness. It's not possible. Dark is a shadow. The darkness is a shadow. It's not real. It's simply the result of ignorance. So ignorance creates darkness, which operates as a shadow. The shadow is not real. You have to understand what is real, and then you understand also what is ignorance, what is shadowy. But there's a lot of interest in this because people think they can get ahead by actually dark behaviors. They really think that, by doing dark traits, that's what attracts them. And they see somebody manifesting all these dark traits and so, what's the positive side of being aggressive, the positive side about being cunning, the positive side of being Machiavellian, the positive side of being psychopathic. It's just all, that's not what we do. If you understand the bright side and the light side, you will understand these behaviors as well, and you will understand how totally counterproductive they are in the long run for the individual.
And
so yes.
And like, what would be the outcomes, like the bad outcomes of exhibiting dark traits, because in the short term and in our current world, like most people focus on the short term and the short term gain, quick results and quick fast action. So like if they can succeed using the dark traits using in the short term, what would be the long term cost for them?
I mean, it's a discussion that I think it should be obvious to most. Certainly, you know, the type of person that we are trying to appeal to, and we are appealing to, has understood this. And these are like elementary stuff that most people don't understand it. But I mean, we're not out there to persuade anybody. It's like saying somebody, you know, you go and rob in the old days. Now you can't do it because it's all surveillance. But in the old days, you could go and rob banks. I mean, it was like, you know, it was happening pretty regularly in the 70s, 80s. Before all this surveillance descended upon us. So it's like asking somebody, you know, what are the downsides of robbing a bank? Since, you know, you're going to get the money and you're going to have them. Well, you know, all sorts of things come with that, which make it counterproductive in the medium term to long term. It's exactly the same with all these psychological qualities and these psychological and ethical and moral behaviors. In the medium term, the long term, they create destruction for the personality. Now, we're not going to go into the mechanisms of that. I mean, hopefully, as I say, you know, this is really very rudimentary, elementary stuff, and that's you know, it's not, you know, it's incumbent on every individual on their own to figure out that this is the case. Now, unfortunately, most people don't, and either they engage in these behaviors, or mostly they don't engage because of fear. That's the only thing that's holding them back. They're afraid to actually do them, but they would very much like to. Engage, just like grab, you know, and be aggressive towards others and violent and cunning and get others to do what they want them to do. But as I said, I mean, these are like really not even juvenile behaviors. So, you know, for anyone who has actually understood the problematic nature, it's not, you know, we're not talking about ethics here and goody two shoes and holier than thou. We're talking about the destructive influence of these behaviors on the personality in the long term. Once you've actually seen that, then you're looking for alternatives. So we are appealing to people who have actually seen that. I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, it's not good to be doing this. It's not good to be greedy. It's not good to be fake. It's not good. Yeah, these things should be obvious to something, and to a lot of people they are.
Practice makes perfect, and it's important to rehash the basics, because sometimes in the pursuit of the perfect, we forget the basics. So it's always important to like push people. I think that. Anyway.
No, I mean, it's a good question because it's coming up, and there's a huge interest in that, because we are surrounded by these behaviors. But this is why we're not really particularly interested in them. We could, as I said, the shadow and the dark side is simply an absence of light. And that's why you can get from many of our psychometrics, certainly from the TQ, you can score it in a way that gives you very thorough dark side facet scores and profiles. So you can absolutely do it. Whereas, you know, those so-called leading dark side instruments, you cannot score them to get the some kind of understanding of the light of the bright side. It's not possible. They're just completely focused on aberration. We haven't done that, and it's not in our plans. Who knows? You know, maybe one day we'll do it. But...
Okay, regarding our future plans.
Yes.
My question is regarding the direction of the laboratory. So currently we have a lot of new things coming out, like the update to the coach account, the update to the Trait AI website, and the psychometriclab.com. And next month we're having a new quarter that will see many more new releases as well. So could you please tell me about the direction of the laboratory and where we're trying to go exactly? Not exactly, generally, broadly speaking.
Yes, we're just we're not very strategic. I'm not at all strategic about these things, as I've mentioned before. I'm not at all. I mean, we're not trying to get anywhere. I think we're very happy to be where we are, and we're being. Everything that we've done, you know, if I look at what we've done in the last 3 years, has been completely extraordinary. You know, not least thanks to you, because you're taking care of, you know, all the things. This is simply not possible for me to take care of. But these are all the result of a burst of creativity. That's what it is. It's just like it's an enormous explosion of creativity, and we're just delivering products, technologies, research, knowledge, information for anyone who wants to improve the circumstances of their life, improve their understanding and circumstances of their life. But none of this has been, we've been strategic, I think, in terms of what to prioritize, because as you know, we had like a huge bunch of things that we needed to do. And we've been strategic in terms of saying, well, let's do the coaching account first, and then let's do the user account, and then let's do the scientific website. So we prioritize with some kind of strategy, in terms of what requests we have, what the demand is out there, and what holes we need to plug. But in terms of the grand strategy, we've never had one. It's just like an explosion of creativity, and things are coming out that you can't find anywhere else. And we're very happy to be doing that. And that's a general strategy, if you like. For as long as there's creativity, you're not. Who is strategic in this? Somebody who just doesn't have creativity. What am I like? What am I trying to get out there? What am I missing? I need this. I need that. I need. We need profits. We need turnover. We need to. So you have necessarily to be strategic. Now we have just an explosion of creativity, and we say, okay, how can we get these things out in one way or another? So yes, we don't have a strategic point that we're trying to get to. The general strategy, if you like, is just get all the knowledge out there to the world for anyone who is and everyone who is ready to use those, make avail of these products. That's a general strategy.
Okay.
It's not very business-like, but that's what it is.
We're not a business, since we're primarily a laboratory. So we focus on the delivery of new ideas. So it makes sense that our approach is as follows. So we try to get the product out first, and then figure out how to apply it. So make sure that the foundation is solid, and then we can build a house. And we will ask for your help to build that. Anyway, because I would not want to take too much of your time. So we'll see how this format develops, and we would also need some engagement from you.
Yes. So, if you have questions, yes, send them in, and we'll try to answer them. And then you have more questions.
We'll try our
guarantee you that. All right.
I hope you enjoyed the segment. Okay. Stay tuned and keep in touch.